Hey friends, it's Nikki here. We're down at TA Appliances in Kitchener and we're back with another fall-inspired recipe for you. Today we are going to be using the Joule Oven Air Fryer Pro by Breville. If you want to come in here, let's check it out together. We've got a couple different functions that are super fun and exciting. We've got bagel, bake, air fry, toast, broil, roast, pizza, which honestly, it kind of cuts down the need for any sort of countertop appliance that you're gonna be having. I mean, for me personally, I toast my toast in the air fryer anyway. So I mean, like, this is just, apparently you can cook a whole turkey in here too, which is super cool. Dehydrate if you wanna make some cool beef jerky. We've got proofing, so if you wanna make cinnamon rolls or bread, you got your dough started in there, you take it out and you can bake it. Keep warm if you got a dish, maybe some mac and cheese that you want to keep bubbly warm for when your friend gets home. The coolest part of it all is the fact that it's all connected to an app on your phone, the Joule app, when you download it for Breville, and you can control everything right from there. So that's super fun and super tech savvy for you as well. But if you're not tech savvy like me and just want to simply bake something, we can do that as well. Today we are going to be making some pumpkin snickerdoodles, but we're going to make them very festive for Halloween with some sprinkles, maybe some M&Ms, some candy eyes. It's going to be super fun and super delicious. So for our purposes today with the Breville Joule, we're going to be using just the regular bake function, kind of like a regular oven. So we'll get that preheated. It gives you the preset of 340 degrees, 15 minutes with the convection bake, which is what we want. So I'm going to use the start stop here and it's going to preheat. So there we go. With any cookie recipe, we're going to start with our wet ingredients. I've got about half a cup of melted butter or softened butter there. I'm just going to stick it in my bowl. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of pure pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling, just regular pumpkin puree. I had this left over from another pumpkin recipe that we did, so using up all our ingredients, mixing all of our wet ingredients together in the bowl. If you have a stand mixer, you can totally make this in there too, but that's all right, less equipment for us today. So once you have the butter kind of mixed in, we can go ahead and add our sugar. That will actually help us to mix in the butter as well. So I've got some regular white granulated sugar here. I'm gonna add in 2/3 of a cup of that. I also have some brown sugar here as well. The brown sugar helps them to be more chewy, whereas the white sugar helps them just to be sweet. So I think that's what it is. 2/3 of a cup, lots of sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and mix all that together. It smells amazing already. And I've only added like 4 things. Now to that, we're gonna do 1 large egg. Just crack it in there, just to help bind everything together. And last but not least, we just want a splash of vanilla extract. Maybe more than a splash, that was a lot. But you know what? The more the merrier. Okay, oh, see? It's just excited. It's just excited that we're gonna make snickerdoodles. Now we can do our dry ingredients, which we've got our pumpkin pie spice. Of course, you can use your own blend of cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice. I just find it very convenient to buy the prepackaged one. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon, but season to taste. If you like more spice, obviously put more. If you're not a huge fan of the pumpkin pie spice, a little goes a long way. Mix that in. Smells like a pumpkin pie. Finally, we're gonna do our all-purpose flour, 2.5 cups. About 1, 2, 2.5. Now this cookie dough is gonna be a little different than a traditional cookie dough in the sense that it's gonna be a little softer, more of like a cake, kind of very moist, which is exactly what we want for these cookies. Looks fabulous. It's almost like a muffin batter. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And that'll just help to bring more air into our cookies so they're not super dense, they're a little light and fluffier. And now we can scoop out our cookies onto our baking sheet. They're ready to bake. I'm gonna dump in, just to be fun and festive for Halloween, I've just got some purple sprinkles. I'm gonna dump them right into the cookie dough. I tried to look for some more Halloween-y colored ones, like some orange and black, but this looks like the bulk barn was picked clean. I don't know how much of these are going to spread though, so I think I'm gonna play it safe and just do maybe four on the tray, because it would be the worst if they all just bake together. So that's what they look like. We're gonna put them in at 340. I think traditionally cookies are usually baked at 350, but because it's a convection oven, it's a smaller, more confined space. I don't think we're gonna need as high of a temperature. So nice, when you open it, it stops the timer. Just notice that, so you don't lose any time. That's super smart. Okay, I'm gonna let those go for about 10 minutes or so, and then we can come back and do a check on them. It's been about 13 minutes, 14 minutes, and our cookies smell and look amazing. I'm gonna take that out there. They look lovely. The sprinkles were a lot more colorful than I thought they were gonna be. I've got some candy eyes that I picked up from Bulk Barn. They're pretty easy to find around Halloween time. Because our cookies are still soft, this is gonna work lovely. I'm gonna press them kind of into where I want them. Try not to burn yourself. Fantastic. Oh, they smell so good. And I know just from looking at them that the texture on these is gonna be wild. I didn't think the sprinkles were gonna show up that much, but I'm glad that they did. Okay, they're slightly cooled now, still kind of warm, which is literally the best way to eat a cookie. And look at that. They're cakey, not too crispy. It's like a pillow of pumpkin. It's so good. The fact that they're decorated for Halloween means nothing. You could use this recipe for anything. This is like, honestly, if I was gonna eat a pumpkin cookie, this is the exact way that I want it to be. Nice and fluffy and light. Boy, not too sweet, not too sweet. The pumpkin just offsets it perfectly, so it's kind of savory. And you have the cinnamon, the pie spices. Yep. Those are spooky. So we made these wonderful cookies today, once again, in our Joule Oven Air Fryer Pro by Breville. We used our bake function, which with the convection actually worked perfectly for these. It didn't give us those super brown crispy bottoms, which I don't really like in a cookie. You can find me and all of my recipes at Nosh with Nick on Instagram. See things more like this and some savory ones that I make throughout the week for dinners. Thanks for joining us.